And we're back. Max effort deadlift day today, and this morning was a freaking stressful one, which makes me very glad that I'm back to alternating between squats and deadlifts every week, because that means that I'm not squatting heavy with the crew today, which means that it allowed me to take my sweet ass time and kind of decompress through my general warm-up. And like on the way to the gym, with how I felt, with how like the mental space was, I was a little bit worried about this training session, but right now feeling pretty good, feeling pretty optimistic, feeling pretty excited to deadlift. And like, plan for today, if you guys remember the last max effort deadlift day, I was pulling against mini bands, and I had the first miss at 327.05 because I got too excited, set up like an asshole, and just with my arm length discrepancy, just it rolled out of my long arm. Second shot, I just had no juice to finish. So I think goal for today is really just going to be to wedge like me, to set up like me, and just pull like me, because if I pull like me, it is going to be a good day. And I was kind of thinking I wanted to go against the mini band again, but what I think I'll actually do is I'm going to put a little bit more chain on than the approximate amount of band tension the mini band would give, make it a little bit harder on myself, and just see if we can do better with it. So let's go do better. Okay, gonna try to treat the early sets kind of like I did with the speed pulls on Wednesday. Just make sure I'm in good position and not just like asshole wedging, kind of cheating my way through that mid-range. Toe pressure, let's go. Can already tell those chains are going to be fun, and by fun I mean really freaking hefty. They're like giant thick boat chain, so I don't know if they're all off the ground. It's like 45 kilo. I don't think they're all off the ground, but either way, there is a good chunk there. So let's turn up the wedge, turn up the assertiveness, and make her look like I can actually do something today. Let's go. Joel was asking how I'm feeling today, and like emotionally flat but strong, which is honestly decent place to be. And it feels a good chunk worse than it looks. And kind of the mind fuck of pulling with chains after pulling with bands so long comes from the character of bands versus chains. It's like bands being more elastic, chains being more steady. It's like the bands you can really like snap into and get momentum when it's light and almost like beat the band tension, where chains, it's like really friggin' hard to beat gravity, which makes it feel a hell of a lot slower since I've been used to pulling with bands. But 300 on the bar, let's bring it.
What? Make sure your grip solid.
Yeah. Oh, pressure. Yes. Oh, fuck yeah.
So I'm not thrilled with how my wedge, how my pull into the bar feels. And I think right now the slow wedge, soft wedge speed pulls I was running on Wednesday were a bad call, just because it like threw off my rhythm with getting into the bar, and I don't think my knees are over it enough. So Plan is change camera angle to the side, drop her down to 270 so I'm training and not testing, and make sure I do a better freaking job. Make sure I'm setting up like far enough away from the bar to actually let myself get over it.
Let's go.
And like, not fantastic, but I think it at least felt a little bit better. And like Drew was saying, third was best one. And I think like with each of those reps, obviously you have like an eccentric leading in. And because of that, I was a little bit more over on the third. I just need to find that more for the next one. Okay, more assertive pull in.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll figure that out. Okay, 290, more better.
Execution.
There we go.
Mission freaking accomplished there. And like I went from being a little bit worried to pretty freaking stoked with how I'm heading into the end of this peak. And I think with like what I'm feeling on those, instead of the 45-degree hyper, I'm just gonna run a stiff leg. Also, I want to unload as much bar to get into the secondary, so let's get into some stiff legs. And when I'm running stiff legs, the whole idea is that when I'm on the bar, I'm gonna be trying to push through the floor, get my head as far away from my hands as possible. Then I'm gonna try to flex my quads to push myself into a ham stretch. Once I feel that ham stretch, I'm just gonna flex hams and glutes, drive up to the top. So let's actually do them. Okay, up a little bit. And it's hard to explain, but I can definitely tell, oh, you're fine, dude. Can definitely tell that after running all of the heavy hypers, like backside is very strong, but those are almost more difficult than the hypers in terms of the coordination necessary to pull the bar into lockout. So probably gonna prioritize more of those through the peak, just because, I mean, strength is good, but so is having the coordination to really jam everything in and through to actually finish a deadlift. And just gonna run some light comp squat reps right now, not trying to really get anything out of this other than feeling abs, feeling brace, feeling posterior expansion with the reduction in squat frequency. I just want to make sure that the good squat feelers I've been having don't get lost. Okay, one more. Try to crank in a little bit tighter. That was it. Haven't watched tape back yet, but that at least felt really, really freaking good. And like the sensation that tells me squats are decent is that like I feel small, or at least like I feel like really compact and like everything stacking onto each other. And like when I can do that, shit just feels powerful. So mission accomplished there. On to some upper back work. Oh, can you tilt the camera a bit? It's got to spin that way. Yeah, that way. Just check the monitor. It'll rotate if you grab the handle behind it. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Professional cameraman. Sick. More of these suckers, still going flexion extension intent. Not going to crank super heavy today based on all of the deadlifts. I'll probably go up from this because this is too easy, but we'll do reps till it gets kind of hard. All right, one more, up 30 pounds. Still not crazy, but again, don't need to go crazy today. That's harder than I wanted it to feel. And more of these Y raises because the bullshit I'm experiencing on bench is not going to fix itself. And something I kind of wanted to experiment with was pulling up to here, pulling in. Ooh, that might be the ticket. Yeah. That tension through the upper back is nutty. And like I can feel the struggle to keep that left scap down. And like, if I'm struggling, I just gotta get better so it's less struggly. All right, one more of these suckers. And just scaps down, pull. That is sick. And like, it's hard to not just upper trap take over. But again, it's like that difficulty not letting upper trap take over is what's going to help teach me to keep low trap when I'm actually benching. All right, ab time. Not going to go too crazy and load in with these today because periodization or something, but gonna try to crank a little higher on the rep range if it's feeling good. Oh yeah. Regretting the choice of not going heavier because I'm used to the set being done by now. Good enough for today. All right, last one. Big old glute push at the bottom. Big old curl up the top. And that is that. Not thrilled with the execution on that 300 with the chain, but I am stoked that I was able to drop down, figure out the problem, get in better work. And like with every max effort day, again, it's just learning. It's figuring out what is going wrong, figuring out what you can do better, and figuring out how to better structure training around what you are finding out from your max effort work. And I feel like today, even if execution wasn't there on the top set, I at least know how to shape up the peak, and I at least know how to shape up the accessories, and I at least know how to prioritize movement selection that in a way that should put me in the best spot possible on meet day. And it's like the hardest part about wrapping your head around conjugate, again, is that like not every max effort day is going to be phenomenal, and it doesn't have to be phenomenal as long as it is pushing you in the right direction to get there on meet day. And like, if I was doing a more specificity driven programming style, I probably would be more dialed at this point, but would I be as strong? Would I have that, that chug capacity that I do right now? And I probably wouldn't. And like having that capacity to like chug through that 300 with the chains, even if I was a little bit out of position, like that has me very, very, very excited, because I know if I can dial that wedge in like I did with that 290, we are going to be in friggin' business come meet day. So that's really the goal, is just be in business come meet day. And I think that's all I got to say today. Happy with the session. Again, obviously not happy with botching execution, but again, like big picture, I know what I need to do, I know what I need to fix, and I know that we are going to be set for a good pull when it really matters. And obviously when it really matters is the platform. So peace out, guys. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you as always so much for watching.